In honor of the upcoming Dungeons & Dragons movie Honor Among Thieves, I'm going to be reviewing the Rakor, very massive black dragon toy. Am I nostalgic for the days when Hasbro made D&D miniatures? Yes, because I used to be as excited as this young girl on the back of the box whenever I got a Hasbro dragon back in the day. And yeah, it is a little bit bittersweet to see something like this that I know I'm probably not going to keep. I'm reviewing this, but I'm going to be giving away this toy dragon for a prize for a local group thing, because I know there'll be a lot of people that would want it. So yeah, I'm going to do this review and give it away, because frankly, it's just too big for my collection. This thing would stand proud with some of the massive offerings that some people are putting out nowadays. Even though I love the sculpt, this reminded me so much of some of the old school Hasbro dragons. It is a toy, and it would require a great deal of mucking around with to make it fit in well with my other miniatures, and even then, it would be big. There is some assembly required for this toy, which is all very simple stuff. I think the hardest issue was the wings, which you kind of need to make sure they're clipped in there correctly, but once they're in there, they're pretty nice. As you can see, a beautiful, basic, but very effective paint job for this. Certainly not up to the standards of some of the better Hasbro miniatures in the past. But again, this is a toy, and thus, we're judging on a different metric. Yeah, look at those wings and the articulation. This is sure to delight any child who loves acidic dragons. Yeah, the articulation comes from the legs, mouth, and wings. The wings rotate, click in and out, and overall, yeah, I'm certainly not a toy review expert, but it seems perfectly fine. What I really love is the sculpting. You can see that classic black dragon, skull dragon horns jutting out from either side of the head. Very nice, very nice. And again, the paint job is very simple. But yeah, it doesn't need to be complicated with something like this. Effective, it would look nice on any child's dresser or shelf. I certainly wish. Oh, and yeah, one of the old school 1980s D&D toys. I think this one is from 1981. This, of course, is the Shambling Mound. It's actually, right in scale with this, because this is what a Shambling Mound would actually look like. In comparison to a adult black dragon. It's not going to fare very well either. Anyways, that guy's going to go back to live on my shelf. Something like that I would keep, because it's smaller. This guy, I think the only real negative for me keeping it in my collection is just the size factor. He's just too big. But yeah, that's what makes him a good toy for a younger Dungeons & Dragons enthusiast. I know that they're out there now. I know that certainly probably wouldn't have happened in my hometown. It definitely wouldn't have been okay for a child to play with D&D stuff when I grew up and where I grew up. But yeah, certainly a fun, articulated toy. And yeah, I don't really have much else to say about it. Look at that lovely scale color and then the detail around the face and horns. Very cool. And do some size comparison with some of the large and medium black dragons that I have in my collection. The very important Dragon Summit. If you're interested in a toy that would save on shelf space, here is the Schleich Shadow Dragon, which of course isn't a perfect one-to-one representation of a black dragon like this is, but yeah. And there it is compared to one of the original Hasbro miniatures. A meeting of the old versus the new. So yeah, a bit of a bittersweet review here. I would absolutely love it if Hasbro started to make D&D miniatures again, specifically pre-painted miniatures, because I think that their idea of what a miniature is supposed to be in terms of durability and design is dead on for what the current generation of D&D players need. So that's it, everybody. It's a great toy, but, it's just that's it. It's a toy. So,
Have a great day, and as always, thank you for watching the video.